everybody, my name is Sol, I'm a geek and I'm Hispanic, and today I'll be talking about something new. Pixar Pier. Well, more specifically, the Incredicoaster. The new Incredicoaster opened. I really want to talk about what I think about it. I haven't been on the ride like in person. I wasn't invited to the special event thing, but I've seen like 5 points of view videos, and so I think by this point, although it's not the same experience as being on the ride, I think I'm quite familiar with the ride at this point. So first things first, I want to mention that I was never a fan of the California Screaming. Why? Because I hate roller coasters that are like outdoors. I can do Rock and Roller Coaster, I can do Space Mountain because they're all indoors, but I can do the outdoor ones. It kind of scare me. Tried it yet, but I've seen the ride-through of the original one, so I know the music, I know what's the vibe, and it's pretty much the same structure. The only difference from Screaming to Incredicoaster is the theming and the music, well, which is part of the theming. So, also, if you have not seen Incredibles 2, this ride takes like a lot of references and kind of moments out of the second one, so I recommend watching the second one before going to this. I mean, it's not like you're gonna get spoilers from who's the villain or anything, but just little references, so just know that before I talk about the ride. Without further ado, let's discuss this. Now feel free to disagree with me. So I'm a bit disappointed in this ride. Do I still think it's better than Screaming? Yes, for sure. Theme than no theme, I think just theme wins. I'd rather have, you know, not the best theme in the world than to have nothing. We go to Disney for an experience, to be part of the inside of movies. So I mean, having a theme is really important for me, so I prefer that aspect. Do I love how they did the theme? Okay, so let's go step by step. If you have not seen the ride, I'm gonna leave a link to one of the point of views ride-throughs that I saw, and you can follow along. So the first thing, you get inside the ride and you turn left or right, and you see a little scene. You see Edna Mode, and Jack Jack is kind of like, you know, moving around and having his superpowers. Helen is asking her, can you look after Jack Jack? But Edna Mode is a statue and she's not moving. And I get it, we go really fast through this scene. It's like probably like 3 seconds. And the cool thing is that you did use projections for Jack Jack, and he's like moving in different places, so I thought that was really good. But Edna is just a statue, and that bothered me. Like, I understand, for example, you know, in Toy Story Land, they have Woody and he's just like standing there. And that's fine because he's, you know, in an outdoor area and animatronics are very hard to be outside. So a statue is just the easier way to go. But Edna, it's in an enclosed room. There's no way she would get harmed because of weather or anything like that. So I think it's very lazy to just have her like this. Many people are talking about this, and I agree. At least have her face projection, kind of like the Frozen ride, where, you know, they're animatronics, but their face is like, or in Cars, haha, Cars, the ride. I just think just having a statue of her is very lazy in the conditions she's in. So then we continue, and we hear Dash. 5, 4, 3, 2, go! No, scream, run, or something like that. And I love the sound that you can hear, like Dash running in the water. I thought that's very creative and cool. Loving that. So first, we go to the first tube, and we see some laser projection in Dash. I can barely see Dash, it's more like the lasers that you can see fast. And I didn't mind that, I think that was good, they use technology. I like that, nothing out of this world. And then the second tube is the one that most people are having the problem. Which first we see a statue of Elastigirl, just like this. And she's talking, but her face is not moving. She's just like, come here, Jack Jack, or something like that. And Jack Jack is this weird, melting thing, and just a statue. And then right away we see Bob, also a statue, with a cookie like that. It's just half of his body, and he's like, cookie num num. And Jack Jack is also just like levitating or something like that, but it's also a statue. So everyone in this tube is not moving at all. And that's very disappointing to me. I mean, also what I think not a lot of people are talking about this tube is that it's just one color. It's just black. Like, that's why I think the statues stand up so much and kind of looks tacky. I feel like it would be cool to have maybe like a structure, maybe like it look like it was about to fall, like maybe do like some cracks inside the tube, so like it's about to like fall, and it gives more of adrenaline, because then he goes cookie num num and you have like a steep fall, and it's like, oh, that didn't give me the hype for the fall. And just I would have added projections to their faces, just a little detail to make it more real, not cheap. Also, I don't understand why they did half of the tube open still. Like, it just keeps so much light in and makes it hard to see the lights out, because I could see that there was some light in the tube, but because they kept half of the tube open, so much of the natural light was coming in and ruining that, you know, reality. It's kind of like if you go to like a ride and it stops and they turn on the lights and you can like see everything, and like this, it just kind of takes you out of the experience. So I would have kept the entire thing closed, not the entire ride though, just the tubes. And then we head to the first one, which I think is my favorite one, because at first I didn't understand it, but then in another one where the light was better, it was more clear to see it. There's fire in the tube, and then like Bob is like, Violet, do like your force thing. So you can see these like Violet like circles going around because you're like protected now, and you see Violet like hanging there. You can barely see her because she goes so fast. It makes sense though. But the problem with that one is lighting again. So much light was coming through the tube and it was very hard to see it. But overall, out of the three, that was the most technologically entertaining one and fun. And the one that made more like the stakes go up, you know? And then, this is a part where so many people are having a problem. We see Jack multiplying, but he's just, some are people calling it Jack kebabs, Jack on a stick. So pretty much our 14 Jacks on sticks, right? It just looks weird because like you can see the actual things. It's like, it's again like riding a ride during the day. It's weird, like with the lights on. I just don't think it was executed right. Like, it's just too noticeable and strange. If there was some light or something to distract you from the actual tubes, it would have been better. So that was, I think, the part that just throws you out most. Like, this is kind of creepy. So yeah. And then we have the last scene where you hear Helen and Edna saying, okay, the baby's coming back, awesome. And then you see big Jack with the cookie, and then it's like feeding him. Again, a statue, none of them is moving. And I get it, we only see them for like 3 seconds, but still quite lazy. It's also in an enclosed area. Exactly. So that was quite disappointing for me. But don't get me wrong, I prefer this than no theming at all. It just gives you, I like that it has a story. I like the music a lot. The music is a lot of fun. But just the stakes are not that high, I would think. Like, especially, I would just, like I said, I would make like it was like the tube was about to break and then you fall. That would have been more fun. Just with projections, I would say. And make the statues that are enclosed, like the first scene and last scene, with actual animatronics. The weather is not going to affect it. It's so easy. I think overall this ride is going to be maybe very interesting to see at night. If I would have to pick, I haven't seen any point of views from at nighttime, but I think it's going to be way better because one, the effects, the projections are going to be way more appreciated. Like again, the last two is going to be better. Probably the second one, I think it's just going to be more immersive, and maybe at night the Jack sticks things are better and not that obvious at night. So if I would have to pick, I think I would ride this at night. But again, making a whole ride that is just better at night is not that great. You know, like Ray, the Cars ride, it's awesome at night, but it's also awesome at daytime. So you might prefer one over time, but they should be good both times. I understand there weren't times, like they didn't have that much time, they didn't have much money, but you could, like someone made this amazing comment on one of the YouTube videos. She or he was saying that you see all this revolutionary technology in the Asian parks, like the Shanghai, the Hong Kong ones, like every time they're stepping the game more and more and more, and just it's unbelievable. And here I'm like, really? I feel like we went back almost. So that's something to think about, I would say. What I would have done is the whole moment, from the moment you see Edna the first time all the way where you're waiting for the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know this might be some controversial line. I know a lot of people maybe wouldn't like this, but I would have all that entire thing enclosed, like, and while you're going through the thing, all these animatronics, projections, and Jack like appearing like next to you, back, front, up, down, everything. And then when Dash is like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start from there and then you get out, you know, it's like, I don't know. That's what I think would have been cooler, because then the Imagineers could have more time to make something more elaborate and get you more ready for the story. Because also a lot of people like stand there in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for like more than 5 seconds, it's more like 15. So I think it would have been a really good opportunity to just close that entire thing and make it more of an elaborate scene for sure. But yeah, those were my thoughts on the Incredicoaster. I think overall it kind of looks tacky and cheap at points, but again, I prefer this over what it was originally. People who don't like this, I mean, it's still the same ride as the original one. So I mean, at least you can experience the same loops, the same everything. It's the same thing, so you don't have to worry about that. Maybe just, if you don't like it, put on headphones from the original music and that's it. If you're interested to hear more of Pixar Pier videos, let me know. I'm very curious to also talk about it, because I have some opinions about Pixar Pier. Although, again, I really like Pixar Pier and I think it's better than Paradise Pier. There were some tiny things that I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Please feel free to talk here. Please be nice to each other. We're all here Disney fans, so we want the best for it, but be nice to one another. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!